Welcome to the Tine Talk Podcast, sponsored by Rack Fuel, premium deer nutrition. Fuel your herd.
It's been a minute since we've hopped on a pod. I think this is Tine Talk number 21. Is this the second or third time we've had you guys on?
Yeah, third.
Third?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had to talk about Cowboy for a little bit. Then we had to talk about other bucks that went down. Did we do one like right after you shot and then your buck too?
Yeah, I think after I shot one.
Yeah. So we haven't gotten on to any of the gun hunting stuff from last year.
No.
Yeah.
So it was like that following week after opening day when you guys all popped.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It was like one after another too.
I raced home from work and I sat right in the yard right there at the Wi-Fi blind. Got it.
Yeah, that was a nice buck too. Big wide 8-pointer there.
Yeah, it's sitting over there. 50, so.
You guys have quite a bit of pictures of him and history throughout the years.
Yeah, he's 6-year-old buck. I don't know.
Couple shads and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right. I found his match set when he was 2. Got one when he was 3. Nothing last year when he was 4. The winter was so easy, you know.
Yeah.
It's all over hell. And then shot him this year. The neighbors, you could tell, he kind of lived like way out, like towards the end of the property. So he's like almost a bonus buck, but he must have really lived out there.
Yeah.
Some of the people that are leasing the land, there's a couple kids that are a little younger, quite a bit younger than us, and he's after him hard. Big, you know. And I was like, yeah, I might shoot him if he walks in. Comes out the one night, I just let him have it. But Brody had a shot at that one opening weekend.
The Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, the Sunday I was staying out here, and I'm like, Brody, there he is. Let Addie have it.
What a nice brother.
Yeah.
Then turns out now we'll let Fletcher have it.
I told him he had his chance. I was like, Christ, we can't start. If we're just letting call bucks go, I mean, where are we ever going to go?
Yeah, true. So you said he was 5.5, 6.5?
5 for sure.
Yeah.
Could have been 6, but.
Yeah, he was a sweet buck. Nice wide 8-pointer. Good brows.
Yeah, a couple stickers off his brows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about you, Luke? What was the story behind your big BD during gun season?
I got a few pictures of him throughout the summer, not a whole lot. And actually one of the neighbors, sent me a few pictures of him too. And it was kind of one of those deer that he looked good on pictures and stuff. And I never saw him in person, because I tagged out pretty early with archery and didn't spend much time down here and just kind of watched a couple cameras and had him come out in front of me and just kind of got a little buck fever. I'm like, ooh, he looks pretty good. And it was kind of one of those deals where he was locked on me, I was locked on him, because I was sitting on the ground in the same tree fall in the same little hole I dug out for my 2024 buck, no, 23 buck. And just a spot, I hike up and over, and there he was at, 20 yards in front of me. I'm sitting on the ground eye level, and he looked great. So, no, it was just another great deer.
Mm-hmm.
Just another great year.
That's awesome. 2 bucks in 1 year in Wisconsin is that ain't bad.
Yeah, and I just came home from Nebraska from shooting my first out-of-state mule deer, so that was kind of fun too. Just kind of
3-peat.
Rode the high all year.
And you shot a turkey last year, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a hell of a year.
What can I say?
We're running back. What do you say?
Yeah.
When you live and breathe this shit, it happens.
Oh yeah. It was fun. Really good year.
Making your own luck. That's all. That's what it is.
Absolutely.
How about you, Brody?
I actually just got the 1 buck.
Yep.
Gun hunting.
Mm-hmm. He had his chances with the bow. Had him.
Yeah. Left and right. Had him here and there. Fletcher messed up a couple of them for me. But
You damn guide all the time.
Yeah.
He was.
Someone has to get.
What do you have? One side was a little messed up.
Yeah, it grew that way.
Yeah.
Yep, just goofy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big deer. Big
body.
ears.
Older buck. Yeah.
Big long body with big long ears.
What was that one with the weird little hoof? Was that over here? That one that you shot? What was it?
Elk
2 years
toes.
ago?
Oh yeah.
Is that a buck or is that a doe?
That was buck.
Buck. Yeah.
Shot that down to golden.
We don't shoot no does.
Yeah.
I
see somebody commented on that on YouTube. Do you see that? If you're not shooting does, what are you doing? Just buck hunting? I'm like,
Yep.
yeah. That's exactly what we're doing.
Bar for bar.
Right.
So you guys had you have a lot of standing food. Is that what they were coming to at night? Sitting there all at night, night hunts then?
Well, gun hunting, it was so cold, you know, and all that food out there, and nobody else around here seems to leave very much. So and everyone just pressures all their stuff anyways really hard, and we just stay out of it really nice. So they just seem to come right down to where it feels safe. Works out, I guess. I don't know.
Find those thick spots or those safe spots.
Right.
Come out to eat like it's every other night for them. They don't know it's gun season.
No. And like the one our sister shot, but you were trying to pull in the driveway. He's going to come over and drop his deer off because we're going to cut up all those bucks in one day.
Oh, yeah.
And I look outside. I just get home. And I look outside with binoculars. I'm like, oh, geez, criminy, there's wheelchair. the other, like, one we're kind of after, want to get out of there type of deal. And Addie's in the shower, so I'm just beating down the door. Get out. He's out here. Throw your clothes on. I'll get the gun.
Wheelchair. What a name on that guy, too.
Yeah. Oh. Brett Pelkey wounded him last year. That's why he got the name.
Yeah. Okay.
Hit him in one lung and never ended up dying. So.
Yeah, he was telling me that story at Whitetail last weekend.
So, like the Mexican word of the day, wheelchair, you know? Wheelchair. That's how that came to be.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
But, yeah.
You guys end up doing anything more after gun season? Going out any more times?
Never.
Oh, yeah, we did. We tried some, remember we tried that holiday hunt? Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
We tried it.
We did try it, yeah.
Yeah.
We had Eli Bauer driving us the whole 300 acres. So you can about imagine what that's like.
You walk through, just pulled up every buck and scope. Oh,
he's literally walking through and he's like, he texts me, Fletcher, the deer won't run. I'm like, just shoot a doe if you want to shoot a doe. They'll start running. Seen a lot of deer, but yeah, we were gonna lay down some. Everyone had their bows, shotguns.
Dang, that would have been sweet. Do a little bow drive during gun season.
That's what we were doing. Me and Luke Pelkey had our bows, and we were both drawn back on stuff. Nothing would stop. But
almost need someone back there, just rangefinder.
Right.
Oh, yep, got him 36.
No,
Put
but
a pin on him.
It was probably the best case scenario that we didn't shoot any deer because we were brutally hurt from the night before. So
we had holiday hunt. I had a couple buddies come down and we had like a Christmas party or whatever. So I took a couple of them hunting a couple nights, and one night I shot one and I shot a coyote. Well, one came out right away, like 2 hours before dark. I'm like, there you go, lay up. We could all probably get one like this night. He shoots at it. It was like 270 yards away. I'm like, all right, take your time. I'm filming them. He's like, they just all take off. We're like, oh for 1. We still got a lot of time left in the night. It's whatever. Then all of a sudden we're waiting for a while and nothing wants to come out and give us a shot. And one of my buddies is like, I got to piss so damn bad. So he opens up the back of the blind, starts pissing. He looks over at me. He's like, Jerry, look, there's a coyote running across the field. I'm like, oh, shit. Grab my gun. I'm like, my other buddy Burge is in there. I'm like, you want to shoot it? He's like, no, go ahead. I'm like, fuck yeah. Took him out, shot the coyote. We're like, well, we probably won't see anything else for a while.
there you go.
Then 5 minutes later, another doe pops out, and I'm like, Burge, you want this one? He's like, nah, you're good. I'm like, your gun must only shoot bucks. So I took him out and shot that one. Rest was history. Yeah, I like doe hunting. It's quite a bit of fun.
We should do that this year. All of us will go out here. Look at all the turkeys right there. Look at them all.
Oh, wow.
Few weeks.
Some live action. You ever called in a turkey on a podcast before?
No, we should do that. A one-nighter.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get in teams of 2. Everyone getting a blind, 2 bows, quiver full of arrows, and a camera apiece.
Dang, that'd be sweet.
See who comes back with the most.
Brody's like, easy on my girls. Yeah, easy.
Just not around the home.
Yeah.
Push her back a little further out
We'll
there.
have to go deep. No, Lucy. If someone come back with Lucy, I'd strangle them.
God, they're still coming out there.
Yeah, there is.
One at a time. We're just talking about buying our turkey tags now, too. Our shifts, or mine's shifting a little bit more to turkey hunting now after last weekend. The boys got all rounded up, made a little shed hunt out here at one of the farms, and had some pretty decent luck. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad.
Better than I expected.
Right? Better than last year.
Yeah.
Last year we went and found 6 fresh ones, 6 old ones.
Yep.
Walked all day.
All day.
It's terrible.
What did we end up with this year?
24
24.
and a little 3-hour run.
Yep.
A little jaunt is
Little
called
jaunt,
it.
a little 3-hour jaunt.
Yeah, that was fun. It's fun just being in a line or whatever. Oh, got one.
Yep.
And you see another one. Oh, found one.
Right.
As soon as we pulled into the place, too, you're like, oh, I see one up there. I was like, here we go.
That wasn't even one I seen before. That was
a non-pre-scouted
that
shed.
was a non-planted Easter egg.
My dad even texted me that he's going on another walk. I think we found maybe 25 to 30 so far. We haven't found a whole lot. I just was looking back at our pictures the other day. I think our best year we ever found was like 75, 80 or so. And I know you guys have had some phenomenal years too.
Yeah. To say the least, the last few years have been pretty down.
Yeah. Last year was like insanely bad
Yeah.
on all of our places.
Right. Last year we only found, 56? Mm-hmm. This year we made one walk and we got half of that. Literally one walk, got half of it.
So what would you say, like the majority of the sheds, where were they hanging out over the weekend?
Probably on the top of that oak flat.
Right.
Yep.
True,
Close
yeah.
to the
Bedding.
food. Right.
Bedding.
Yeah, close to bedding. There was a little bit right in the grassier areas
Right.
and right next to the corn. Then kind of stopped for a while. Then we went all the way up top, and yeah, you and who else came back with just a pile of in your hands?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
I got a funny video of that.
Yeah,
How many did you find, Brody?
One.
ditto. Yep.
An old one, too.
I don't even know how many did you find?
I think I came back with 5.
Did you?
Yep.
Me and Brody were too focused on filming.
Yeah.
And
I
don't
think
have
I
enough
counted
eyeballs.
it up. I might have found like 10 or so.
I wouldn't doubt it. You were one
Yeah,
after
home
another.
field advantage. You know where to look.
Well, I can put you guys in the good spots. I'm always worried about where you guys are walking because that's where I would always go.
Once you got up top there, I'm like, oh, he's on to something here. Because I remember I was just about to head up there. He's like, yeah, I found a couple up here. I'm like, here we go. Let's get in over here.
It's funny. I just walk down the trail too. Like I like you guys walk like by that pond and stuff. Usually that's pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
like just that whole big flat.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'll just walk down I'll be nice. I'll walk down the trail and I'll just take the bottom side. Christ, I come over the crest and there's like 3 of them laying there.
What's
Yeah,
crazy
right.
is like when you walk by yourself and you're seeing 30, 40 yards out, you're like, there's no sheds there. But when we're all in a line like that, that guy that's 30 yards, 40 yards from you, oh, got one,
Yeah.
got 2. It's like just that.
Yeah.
Right.
How many do you walk by in a year?
Oh, man. I don't want to know, especially in a cornfield. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn near stepped on that one right away.
There's a damn corn cob laying right over top of it. I was like, all right. Or a corn stalk. Hadn't seen that before.
It wasn't like it was that small of one,
Yeah,
like
I know.
3-year-old 5-point.
Yeah, that was a nice buck.
Right.
And we matched up another real nice one there, too.
Yeah.
Right. There's like 4 or 5 match sets actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you guys always, I've always noticed this. I always forget to look right at my feet, when I'm looking. You know how many you walk up on, you're always looking out,
Yep.
and you just look down,
Right.
Yeah.
one right in front of you.
It seems like you always find those ones, too, when you're, like, stopped to, like, look at your phone. Then you, like, look over and you're like, what the hell? I almost stepped on that one.
It's hard, too, because you always look for, like, the perfect picture. Tine's up. It's going to
Yeah.
stand out obvious. But
Yep.
in all reality, how flat they lay. Even
Right.
like a good 5-point side or 4-point side,
Yep.
or even Tine's down. It's not always what you think it's going to be.
Yeah. You're just looking for that one little piece, like that one little tine to be sticking up. But, yeah, like you said, they're not always laying out there perfect
No.
like that, like you want them to be.
And we had like the best day to go looking for horns there.
Absolutely.
Right
Picture
after the
perfect.
rain.
Yeah.
Overcast.
Overcast.
We even got a little bit of rain, too. That helped.
Yep.
Right.
Then it got too cold and we had to go to the bar and get some lunch.
Yeah, had to
Warm up.
Warm up a little bit.
Warm up on some Fireball. Oh.
Whitetail bar got some good business out of us.
Brody left him a good tip.
Oh. We haven't even walked this farm yet. I mean, if we wanted to
Yeah.
in the future.
I'm sure there'd be a couple laying out there.
Oh, nobody even walked it last year, really. Like I checked a couple of like I drive the Ranger and be like, I'll just walk out this point quick, walk back. There ain't shit here.
Hop back in.
Yeah,
Nope.
sick of this.
Not worth the time.
They weren't hardly here when they were shedding, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Not even this year. I mean, so, you know.
I made one walk on the backside and that day, and I think I come up with like 4.
Right.
An old chewed one, buck that we knew, and then just a couple small 2 or 3 year olds. But my uncle found a couple pretty nice ones, couple sets,
Right.
a couple nice singles. You know,
I mean,
Yeah.
those deer got to be bedding, you know, up there somewhere. You know, it's not like they're going to be laying down here in the field. I bet you all the horns will be in the woods.
definitely.
At least here. But
Yeah, that one you found, well, the first one was laying in the field, and then we make a huge loop and come up. Or no, that was the first one was up on that ridge right next to Mooney's shed that you found.
oh yeah,
Then we make our way down there and making our lap around. It's like, oh, well, we shed it up here and walk down to go out to feed, and there's
Sure
this
shit.
other one
Yep.
laying
Yeah.
too.
Then that other match set was on the other side of the property.
right. Literally, right. The first one we found
Yeah.
right when we stepped out of the truck.
Oh,
Literally
yeah.
found it like fence line, farthest way away.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So many guys ask me too, you know, like if you pick up a pretty good shed, you know, what are the chances that the other one's laying right there? And honestly, in my opinion, in my experience, I'm like slim to none.
Yeah.
And then this year, you know, a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old for me on the home farm, just laying side by side, right in the bed, you know, and then there we are Saturday going across the whole property to match it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's the rhyme or reason? You know, I wish somebody somebody have it figured out. I don't know.
just watched a video on it. They said within like 500 yards. Usually, that's what they experienced. Like, even if that buck will keep it on for a week,
Yep.
he's like usually within 500 yards of where that one is. It doesn't matter if he hangs on to it for a week. But I don't know how much you believe that.
Right, for sure.
I found 2 laying like right next to each other on top of each other, and it was like you walk up and you're like, can't even believe it. You're like, what the hell? There they are laying right there.
Mm-hmm.
One was a really nice 3-year-old that I called Megatron that fortunately got shot the next year, but
I don't know. Yeah. Was he? I remember that buck. Didn't like Kyle have pictures of him that year, the next year or something?
such a stud. He's probably high 160s, a 4.5-year-old. Had like another inside point and everything. Dang, what a stud.
All right, now the dog's in here. Addie, sister, come on, get that dog out.
There's a buck killer.
Yeah. Get out of here, Tootsie. That's the best shed
See you,
dog.
Tootsie.
Best shed dog on this side of Mississippi.
Yeah. That's Ernie's dog. She dies, we're gonna take her down to Ernie Bar, bury her there.
We're gonna have to
in the volleyball
We're
court.
gonna have to put that pic on the internet, tag Whitetail Bar, get them some publicity there.
I know.
Even though they made enough money off of 10 guys that
shit.
they probably would for.
For sure.
I was thirsty after that walk though.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was like 4.5, 5 miles.
Is that what it was? I didn't even look.
That's what mine said anyway.
Yeah.
Then I went Sunday and tried to find a couple more. Walked 8 miles, found 2 of them.
Really?
One was an old, chewed up one. Then the other one, I went to our home farm, and it's just laying right there, perfect in the beans. After someone already went up through there and matted them all down, just laying right there. It's crazy. We had like 4 acres of beans there, and there's still a lot of beans in there.
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
Jesus.
and they were out there like all the time too.
You still got a couple bucks you're trying to find down there?
Yeah, there's one really sweet buck. He's got a split G3, just a real big frame on him. I got to do some more walking over there and trying to find that one. But yeah, 2 of the big ones that we're really after were found over on the neighbors over there. Both found a side to one of them, and one of them was a lot bigger than I even thought. Like, I knew he was a good buck, but his one side was like 73 inches. Damn.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe it was only like 3.5, and he had like a 4.5 inch base, and the next measurement on the width there too.
Huh.
Gonna be some good ones this year, hopefully.
I really don't have anything I'm going to be looking forward to.
You and me both.
Yeah. I think that's what's hard with trying to get motivated to walk a lot on the weekends is like
Got nothing
What
to
to look
at.
after? Yeah,
a couple of really nice 3-year-olds and
yeah.
4-year-old here and there, but just nothing.
You don't really get surprised when you're walking
Oh.
around here.
The only reason why I like walking so much is just seeing the woods. Because you never, like, if it ain't this time of year, I'm never walking in
Not
it.
happy.
Yep.
Right? So,
Doing a lot more scouting than like shed hunting at the same time.
Right,
Yeah.
just to see what's different. Like, I haven't been in here a year. Let's see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Type of deal.
Yep. Just rubbed all the shit in some spots and
Right. There were some spots that, like, up there on top of that hill, but down there, you know, I always just like walking out there and just seeing what it looks like. Because when it comes like October and all them deer like laying out there,
yeah.
you can like smell piss.
Yeah.
I mean, you go like walk up there to the top of that hill, you can smell piss.
Yeah.
I can remember when we used to have we used to raise and sell deer out here, kind of right where the shed sits.
Right.
And back in the day, we used to have, little dirt bikes and stuff, and you go riding around it in the rut. We drove by that set of sheds you just had holding up over there.
Mm-hmm.
That buck, his name was Sonny, about knocked me off my dirt bike. Just reeked.
Right.
You drive by. What the?
You could tell, though, where we were, where you did a lot of that hinge cutting, they were in that.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like right there on that, like kind of right off the field there and stuff. The birch trees in there by the.
Yep.
It's funny. Yeah. It's just a birch tree, right? And it's right next to on that grass and stuff. I'm like, I'm laying this son bitch down. So I go in there and I cut down all them big birch trees around them apple trees. I thought, oh, it'd get nice and thick, and they'd come in there, eat them apples, and stuff, lay down, find the horns. And Brody lit it on fire last year, stuff too. And I remember I come home and Brody's yelling at me, you can't be cutting down them birch trees. That's a birch stand. That's a birch stand. That's a part of the MFL plan. I'm like, fuck that plan. I'm like, fuck. I own the fucking tree. It's a junk. I'm cutting it down. You see that apple tree next to it? Christ. Put that in the plan.
Making way for those apple trees.
Yeah. I see that I missed a couple. I see there's a few left in there.
Yeah, I see that. We'll get them tomorrow.
Yeah, you guys do have a lot of birch trees on that property, though. Like, I would always be walking around, and all of a sudden, yeah.
It's old pasture.
Yeah.
You notice how it's like wide open, a lot of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot of like, well, it's not wide open, but it's just like open woods, kind of.
I like to think that's why that finger is so nice up there. They're just bedding.
They just lay
both
there.
sides.
Yeah.
Protected.
And then, you would be surprised, like when you're hunting up there and like them, like when you get snow on the ground, you can really see out there, from that stand, and like all them deadfalls, like they just crawl right in there and lay down. I remember finding horns laying right inside them and stuff before.
Yeah, that's another thing, too. You go up and watch where they're all, like, bedded down, and you can tell, like, if they're actually watching you walk into your stand or whatever, too.
Right.
Don't really know early season compared to late how much of a difference it makes.
When you come around the corner and did you see that antenna up there? That's why we call it Antenna
I didn't
Hill.
know.
No.
Really? You guys were talking about it. I must
It's in
have went
a
on the other
great
side.
biggest oak tree on the farm.
Yep.
Oldest oak tree right on the center of the hill. He goes around. He's like, "Is this Elon Starlink up here? Just follow the sky, or what is this?" About tipped over.
Get Wi-Fi throughout the whole place.
Yep.
I mean, just think. I mean, who the hell walked that up there? Obviously from the house down below.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Like, you got better service. Okay. Probably the rats and squirrels had this cord chewed up so bad by the time you got down to the bottom of the hill.
Yep.
Probably didn't even work.
Those on 37 there, once you go south of Mondovi, you ever see those up on the side of the hill up there too? God, that's iconic too.
I don't know what they're thinking.
We got to the shed here. I even asked Fletcher. I was like, "You look at that SD card of that soaker you picked up." He's
Oh
like,
yeah, I forgot
all
about
about
that
it.
one.
Yeah.
You still haven't looked at it?
No.
Oh,
Sandbagging us.
I can't show you everything yet. No. It's funny because we're walking. Well, because the other Luke was with me, and I felt like I kind of cut him off because I was like, I'm coming up towards the top of the hill too. I'm not walking across the side of this thing. And I get up to the top. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Luke, there's a horn. I'm like, God damn it. So I picked it up, and it was off one of them 5-6-year-old call bucks, that one that had no brow tine. And we keep going. He's like, oh, shit, here's one. And that's when he matched up the other side, the one we found right away. And we go a little farther. I'm like, maybe there'll be something laying here by this pond. Or here, my camera was laying by the pond. No horn. I'm like, oh, shit, I forgot about this. Like, well, good thing I walked by here.
Yep.
Picked it up. Then it was still going, too. It had been So when I put that Tacticam up, I mean, that had to be October. So
12 lithiums in there bucking
yeah.
still.
You boys and just your regular Energizers, I don't know how the hell you do that. That lasts like 5 days for me.
Damn.
We like to visit them a lot. Make sure everything's going
That's
all
the
right.
guys' problem.
Yeah.
Guys, let them sucker soak.
I need to buy some more of those solar panels though, big time. Those are so nice.
Well,
Especially
That's
like
my
right
neighbor's
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And stuff.
I mean, I didn't have a single problem all winter.
Do.
Snowed on. They seem like they melt off.
Oh, yeah.
Colder and piss out, and they're good.
The only problems I really have is during the summer when they're not getting enough sunlight through the canopy
Right.
or whatever. But yeah, they're so nice once all that comes off. It's like, damn, you go up, it's April and it's still bucking. You're like,
yeah.
I'll go through here and see some turkey
yeah.
pigs.
yeah.
See where these things have been at.
If you can, yeah, that's why it makes it hard in the summertime or whatever for putting them in the woods.
Yeah.
But I've been just taking like 4x4s, like old 4x4s, and I got a spot way up there in the back in the woods. Even Luke's like, how the hell? He's like, is that your Tacticam? I'm like, well, yeah, it's on our side of the fence. And he's like, how the hell does that even get sun? I'm like, well, there's literally like one little hole, and I couldn't get it on a tree. Like it's all maple trees, you know. So I just stick a 4x4 right in the middle,
Yep.
where I can get a good deal. I usually do that everywhere now.
Yeah. You normally just dig a hole. You put any like Quickcrete in or anything, just plump it right down in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just pack her in. Mooney hasn't pushed it over yet.
Not yet, yeah.
That scrape up there where he was always at. Remember me sending you all them pics? Like when we walked by it. I mean, that thing's like dug like a hole. I mean, it's got to be like 8 to a foot deep.
Yeah.
You
That
know,
is
like the size of that ottoman, like just
Yep.
dug down. I'm like, well, they're still using it.
Yeah.
he was in there daylight all the time doing that.
Yeah.
Just kicking up dust.
Probably have to get Brody on him, right?
Yeah, pawn it off on me.
Mooney, if you can hear this, we're coming.
We're coming.
We found one of his horns. Usually that's a good sign. I've always had it be a really good sign. If you never found one of his horns ever before. Finally find one of his horns. If you find one of his horns, I always feel like that's his demise.
That is a good sign.
He's so fucked.
I forgot this. I was on YouTube last night. I was about to watch something, and I was flipping through it. I've never looked up like PBR, like anything in my life.
Oh, really?
Going through there, all of a sudden, Mooney's sitting there. I was like, that's got to be a sign, too.
It's happening.
That poor fucker.
Watch him go like 180 this year. Just something stupid.
Just split
Not
out
He's like,
everything.
you said I could have him.
Yeah. Not a tine over 8 inches, but he's just got 20 of them.
Yeah, when you guys walked up on him, we're like, dang, he's not as big as you actually thought he looked in pictures.
Right.
Happy I let him go.
Yeah.
He's just a horse, though.
Yeah. Oh, my
just
God.
Crazy. Crazy.
What was he, 5, 6?
5 for sure.
Yeah.
Minimum. Like a good, like for sure. Like, you know, you always have those ones that it's like, he could be 4.
Yeah.
He's probably 5. No,
He's
this one's 5.
I tell you what.
Yeah.
He ain't skip no meals either.
No.
Eating a lot of acorns in there.
That thing's head's about as wide as your little board thing there.
Did
That
you
thing
ever
is
have
all-
Mooney in front of you last year?
Probably
Oh,
not
at
clo-
distance, no.
No.
I had him
Not
at
close enough.
20, but the camera saved him. I could have literally, in that tree stand, you know,
Yep.
I couldn't get the camera wrapped all the way around me. Like 3 days before I ended up shooting Junior.
Yep.
This was like Saturday morning.
In that same water hole?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the wind was going like right like this, and he's standing right there, 20 yards broadside. Just stands there for like 5 minutes. I'm like, Fletcher, it's a 130-inch buck.
Calm down.
I don't need to shoot. You know, put the camera on, or Brody's gonna be pissed. So I let him. I had to didn't shoot. I had my bow in my hand. I'm gonna shoot him, you know. And then he caught my wind, and he skirts me out to like 50, and then I couldn't get him. And all I got is Brody in the back of my head screaming at me.
Shoot him.
Shoot him!
What buck did you guys have in front of you when you're on the
Sunday.
bow and Fletcher stops him?
Sunday. Yeah. Yeah. I could have had a bow buck last year.
True.
Sunday made it. He'll be like 7.
Jeez. Another, what is he, big 8-pointer
Just
too?
big, heavy 8.
Got some
tough,
stickers and
Picking up sheds down there because like, oh, this is Tuesday, that's Thursday, Sunday, hump day. It's, like, it's hard to keep them all straight.
there's a lot of old bucks down there at that place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's Mooney. There's that one I picked the horn up to. He'll be like 6. Mooney will be 6. Sunday's going to be 7. I mean, that 8-point, Beagle 8-point. You know, he's going to be 6. So who's that other one? That one with the big brows that you messed up on? The one that Big 10 we just found the horns off too. He's going to be 5. I mean, there's quite a few of them that'll be like, I mean, old enough to shoot.
Yeah, shooter. Yep.
Right.
Dang.
Kyle told me I got to start focusing on I can only shoot a deer if I rattle him in with his horns from the year before.
So what are you going to do with Moonies?
Just banging off the tree.
Start scratching on them.
Piss him off enough.
So there's, 5-6 shooters right there, just age-wise.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully there's something that slipped through the fence that don't really keep your eye on that's
blows up. Yeah.
Right.
No 4.5-year-olds that you're really hoping made it through genetic-wise. And
well, the one
ones that were there. Well,
right.
I guess the ones that we found.
yeah.
Once you found, you'd be damn nice, I'd figure.
Mm-hmm. Anything that kind of disappeared during the year and you wonder where he went, all of a sudden maybe he'll show up.
Muley.
Probably
Big
dead,
8-point. Oh,
Yep.
yeah, I'm sure he's dead. You'd have seen him by now.
Yeah. You see a pic or see him rolling through.
Right? Poor bastard.
Sucks to be a wild animal.
Yeah.
Didn't live to see his prime.
Yeah. There's really, I mean, there's bucks here that are going to be 5. I don't know if anyone's going to be 6 here, though. But there'll be a couple that'll be 5 here, but I don't know about, there might be 1 or 2 10-points that might, from 4 to 5, could be so-so.
Mm-hmm.
But they just don't seem to grow very good here. You notice that?
Mm-hmm. Just kind of get their 4-year-old, 5-year-old same stage.
Same stage.
Hello.
You can let them go to 6, and if they're going to do it around here, they're going to do it at 4.
Yeah.
They're going to do it on Luke's land.
Yeah, they are.
Cowboy.
Don't forget it.
You just got to go north, more north. That's what Johnny's buck did, too. He went from like 165 to 192, too.
Yeah.
He's pretty much just a 9-pointer with a couple.
We've probably only had
Different
just
points.
a small handful of bucks at the home place that actually turned out nice.
And like the one on that post right there, I mean,
That's one of them.
That's one of them.
Yo.
But he didn't actually grow a ton from the year before.
He was 170 the year before. Found both
At
of
4.
Found both of the sides.
At 4, and then
Yo.
whatever, 185. So you went up 15.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just a modest
Yep.
growth.
Modest 15.
Yeah.
15,
yeah,
yeah.
you don't hardly see that 40-inch
Right.
Yo.
jump here, except for this one.
Yeah.
Right. His shed's sitting right there.
What was really promising about walking around all day on Saturday was I didn't see a single dead deer in your guys' place. And everyone's talked about EHD in Wisconsin and shit. And it's like, that's a good sign right there. I mean, you never know what this spring and summer is going to bring, but
That's why when people
Nothing
say you
on
got
last
too
year.
many does, I don't think so.
yeah.
Didn't find one dead doe.
True.
I'm sure there's some, obviously some die,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
I made a walk on Sunday on mine, and I found 3 different ones.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. At our home place, it seems like coyotes get them.
Yo.
This winter,
Well, that one right
at
up the
least,
road.
yeah. You came over that morning. Hey, what'd you guys do? Shoot a deer? No. What are you talking about? You got a freshie over here.
I mean, there's probably already 10 from the winter, that
Yeah.
died right here by the house.
Wow.
That we found. One year,
Mostly predator kills or
Yeah.
winter
Right.
kill.
what was that one year? We literally found like 20.
17. I got it in my phone.
Just here?
Yeah,
How
just
many?
here.
How many did we find all together though? We had like, I felt like it was like 30. It was just like, there's one. You go down, there's one. That was when the winter was like really, really bad though. Like in
Too much
22.
snow and like hard snow.
Right.
Yeah. That's brutal on them.
But I don't know.
Yeah, it was like 25
Dang.
between all the farms.
Don't even have to shoot any does. Just coyotes clean them up for you, I guess.
Yeah, between predators and the winter.
And the neighbor and like neighbors like Luke being bad shots.
Oh. I haven't shot a doe since 96.
Shit, we should be worried about Brett.
Yeah.
I normally shoot quite a few does throughout the year. It's good practice too. Just before like I want to go shoot a buck or whatever early season, if I'm not going out and hunting a buck, I'll go like, yeah, I'm gonna go whack a doe tonight. I need to go whack a doe bad after the end of the year that I had last year too.
Yeah.
Do you like
just
cut
need
it
to-
up yourself and stuff too then?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Normally go over to my buddy Chance and Rissler's place and cut it up and have a couple beers and watch football or whatever. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. When you got 4 guys, too, it only takes 30 minutes. Yeah.
Right. So I just hate, like, I'd rather shoot, like, when it's cold out. I'd rather shoot them when they're cold, when it's cold out. So, like,
oh, man.
You don't got to
leave it hang.
Right. Just
everything.
Like, get it don't get to her just quite yet. You know?
Just leave her back, legs open. Just, all right. Yeah. I'll get tomorrow, maybe.
Just like them gumbucks this year, it was cold enough. We just let them sit on the concrete out here for a while after we let them hang for the first day.
Yeah, I shot my buck this year in early or late September, and I had to work in the cities the next morning, and I brought it back to the cabin, got like 3 things of ice, laid it down. Well, I was gonna bring it actually to I forgot what it's called over in Gilmanton and put it in the cooler, but I was like,
yeah, I know what you're talking.
I don't know if they would let me just go put it in the cooler, and I got a hold of them.
I'm like, beef.
All right, yeah. So I just threw it in the cooler in the morning, took off. Yeah, I'm doing that every time from now on.
Oh yeah,
should build your own little.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Like, if we could put it out there behind that eave, you know, anybody shoots it, bring it out
the
over,
cooler.
throw her in.
I ended up talking to actually Clay Zekin. They have one over at their place too. Yeah, it's like shit. That'd be awesome. I really need to, because I can't like cut this thing up for a couple days yet.
2 years ago, it saved me. My brother-in-law, they cut up their own beef and pork, and they got a big, nice cooler with tracks on it. It's just cat's ass, you know.
Yeah.
Just gets you out of a pickle.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, last year I threw ours in our keg trailer, but it's just not quite the same. You know?
Put them next to a couple Busch Light barrels.
Oh, yeah, weird one tapped, you know. No.
We should do that this year. Just keep a keg in the back and go around and celebratory beers.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll drive around and pick everybody's buck up. Get in.
If you ever see one of them coolers or something, you should get one.
Yeah.
You know, shit.
You've got to make one.
Right.
Yeah.
Do something. Mm-hmm. Shit, then maybe I'd be on this dough page. I'd start pounding some.
You can start donating them too. Just go out there.
Can't donate. Donate them bucks.
You guys have a lot of Amish around the neighborhood here?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they'd be happy to take whatever you get.
Oh, yeah. I remember one year. So one year, the same year Dad shot that 230, I shot that one with the double drop beams right there.
Yep.
And it's like, I shot him like on October 3rd or something. And we let them hang overnight. Like, it was going to get cold enough. Washed them out, let them hang. And we took it to the taxidermist, and he caped it out for us or whatever, and come back. And it's like 75, 80 degrees. And Dad's like, you know what? We don't need this meat. He's like, so we stop across the road here to the Amish.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I don't know if it was some Born Tracker or what the hell his name was. But he's like, you know, I'm in the middle of moving out. But I'll take him. He's like, just put him right there. Just put him right there. So Dad and I, flop him out, and he's got half his cape gone, so he's just got a garbage bag over it, other half. That thing sat there for 3 days till he touched it.
Oh, my God.
And it was 75 out.
Holy.
And he ate it.
And he's still living to this day.
Made her into jerky.
My God.
Yeah. I'm like, buddy. Oof.
You got to fix that.
Yeah. We have a lot of Amish pressure on the piece that I hunt. It's a couple of ridges over.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Amish pressure. Saturday morning they drive because Sunday they got church.
Oh, yeah.
Pounder.
Get after it. No time to wait.
So what time do you meet up with them for coffee?
I'm not kidding you. Like, I sit in the stand, and it's like 10 o'clock, and all of a sudden you hear, about 10 of them coming down the road, They line up and push it,
Yeah, they hunt our neighbors on the backside. Mm-hmm. One morning, my dad and I drove over there, opening morning, just to kind of see what was going on. I heard a lot of shooting over there. Yeah. Like a lot of shooting. It must be 9:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. We pull in there, and we see a couple Amish buggies going across the field. One guy walking, and he reaches down, picks one up, throws it over his shoulder into the little fawn. Mm-hmm. They're just picking up fawns out of the field. I'm like, ooh.
Yikes.
In my defense, my rifle buck, he was pretty close to going to the line fence, to be honest. Quick decision.
Yeah.
Saved him.
Quick decision.
If you aren't going to shoot them, the neighbors will.
That's right.
We this year, me and Larry Becker, who hunts with us, we took our does over to one of the guys in Gilmanton, and we crossed there, and none of like the older guys are there at all. There's two girls sitting there with a pen and paper. Okay, what do you want? Okay, yep. And they got like 15 other people already written down.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ. Yep. And we went to them earlier that year, and we brought him a doe during like bow season. And my dad's like, how many more do you want? Like, we can get you a couple more. He's like, yeah, we'll probably take 20. I was like, what? I don't know if I can do that for you, but I'll tell a guy to tell a guy.
Oh, my God. Poor things.
I know. And there are probably quite a few situations like yours when it's 75 degrees. Like, yeah, we'll take them.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get to them for a couple days.
I mean,
They don't have a cooler.
I donated mine, too, to the Amish.
Yeah.
Just my bullbuck, you know, same thing. It was warm.
Like, if I'm get that hungry, I'll just go shoot a dove. You know?
Yeah.
Rather just get some good meat than risk it.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's warm out, and you don't have time to piss with it. You got to go to work the next day. And
Right.
Just sometimes how it is. And they're always grateful to take them.
Oh, yeah.
So you kind of feel good about giving them to them as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my dad even lets them come sit in our blinds late season around our cabin. Oh, you need another doe? Okay, go ahead. How many more did you get?
dad's too
Your dad should be calling me.
I know.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Give him my
Lets
number.
everybody shoot a doe.
Yeah.
He's
Holy
pretty
shit.
big on shooting does like that too.
Huh.
On one
Still
of our
see a lot of deer go hunting?
yeah.
Don't like seeing deer or what?
That's how we started. You don't like seeing deer.
I remember one guy telling me, he's like, I see 15 deer every night I go hunting. I'm like, oh, yeah? 15? I go, how many does do you think you should shoot? Well, you got to at least shoot about 7, 8. Knock them half down. I go, then you're only going to see about 7 or 8. Yeah. It's not like 15 more are going to come out.
One for one.
Yeah. Like, oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone's got their beliefs.
Yeah. How do you feel about that with like genetics and stuff too, knocking out does? Because it's
I
like
don't
kind of
know.
50-50 like that too.
A guy don't really know, right?
No.
But it just kind of makes you wonder. And is she, you know, I mean, she's 50% of the
Yeah.
battle, you know.
Gene, yeah.
Did that buck get that 50% from her? I mean, see it a lot of time in cattle, and I'm always learning, you know, from my wife. She's into
Yep.
all that genetic stuff, and it just depends how the genes line up.
Right.
You know, everybody thinks it's all in the buck. Well, it's not
Nah,
quite
yeah.
the case.
Yeah.
Right. All I see on TikTok, though, is like literally everybody says, shoot does. Do you see that? You go on TikTok, there's like
Shoot your does.
Yep.
75% of all them big wig guys saying shoot does.
Yep.
Control the herd.
Yeah, and I'm just,
And I think that's what's hard, you know, in some of the areas we're at, because a guy only owns a 40
right.
or an 80. So
Yeah.
then he's seeing this on the outdoor channel like right now, and he's like, Brody, we're shooting does.
Yeah, like,
You know, so the DNR, you know, they give them 3 doe tags, you know.
Fills
that guy
everyone.
And 2 guys hunting 40, so, I mean, maybe they shoot 6 does. That's a big dent.
For 40.
Yeah. And
I don't think I'd recommend it. Like taking out a bunch of them, anything less than like 150, 200 acres at least.
and
right.
going off of, like, how many dead deer you guys found just from the coyotes in the winter.
Yeah.
And not a lot of guys predator hunt, or even for turkeys for that. You know, you don't really hear many guys that are trapping coons anymore or possum.
Right.
I mean, sometimes it just seems like, in my opinion, it's a circle or a vicious spiral you can't get out of.
Yeah.
You know?
Just like those guys in Iowa too, like with all the EHD kills.
Right.
Got to kind of tame it back a little bit when you find all those dead deer.
Yeah.
There's enough things killing deer.
Yeah.
Right? Between humans
Oh,
and
yeah.
predators.
Like, I don't think we'll ever
Rather-
get to a point where it's like we step out the door and it's like, oh, shit, Brody, get the bow. We better start shooting does. You know?
It's just fun to
like,
watch 'em.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you can go shoot probably 5 of them, you know? But it's like, well, that neighbor's going to shoot 5. That neighbor's going to shoot more than 5. And that guy's going to go lay them down. So then,
So there you go. Herd's right back to
Right,
normal after they have their
exactly.
fawns next year.
right.
It seemed like a thing
That's
in
what
the
we're at.
past, too. Like, you don't really hear many guys getting egg tags, but that was kind of a thing in that 2013, 2016.
20, when that one was that alive shedding that shed, the neighbor on the backside laid down 40 of them in February.
Right. You know?
Our
And how
Modena
many
farm,
was-
they
Our
had,
numbers here were horrendous for
They had
many years.
they had egg tags over by our Modena farm, and they shot 40 for like 3 or 4 years in a row.
Right.
And
I
our
bet they don't anymore.
our deer herd was like bad. You'd sit there, and if you saw 2 deer, it'd be like a hell of a sit.
Yeah.
And now it's slowly working its way back up, but at the same time, the buck to doe ratio is like a lot like closer there than anywhere else I hunt, which is wild. But I mean, it makes sense at the same time. But I would not recommend shooting 40 does 3 years in a row.
You talk to, I don't know, I can't tell you how many countless guys I talk to, and they're like, yep, I shot 20 does, you know, then the next year I only shot 15, and then all of a sudden shoot 5, and now they like, now I don't see any deer. And it's like, well, dude, like, what do you want me to tell you here? You just literally like shot them right off. I mean,
They're all dead.
I listened to a podcast one time, and this guy was on there. He's talking about all the does they shoot. Same thing with egg tags. You know, we're shooting 20 and 15, 10, you know, so forth. Now we don't really see as many. And this guy's like, okay, so think about if you're a farmer. You walk and you're making your money on milking cows. You walk into the barn every morning, you shoot 1 cow. Next day, you shoot 2 cows. This and that. He's like, look at the effect on, you know, it's a terrible analogy to kind of break it down, but it hit. You know, it grabbed onto me. It's like, well, yeah, no duh, you know. You're in the business trying to sell milk. You know, we're in the business trying to shoot bucks. Right. And now we ain't got any milk.
We ain't got any bucks. Yeah. Ain't got no deer.
Yep.
Do you, because you guys got a lot of does running around, do you feel like your rut is like better later too with all the does around?
Like when I shot that gun buck, whatever, on that Tuesday,
Still
hot
rut.
no. He bred her he was literally breeding her, got him on my crosshairs. His feet, all 4 feet hit the ground. Koosh, koosh. You know.
Yeah. We have a couple different farms that, like, you can notice that one in particular, they're rutting harder longer for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Like gun season, like, for example, they're still out chasing and right behind them on their tail and everything. And
I think it's kind of always been that way for a while anyway.
yeah.
Right. It's like that here for sure. Like they'll start, like I've seen does bred October 6th back here.
Damn. Yeah.
And then, I mean, they're breeding all the way until that big 50 buck last year bred a doe December 6th back here.
Right.
Got it right on camera.
Wow.
Mounting them. So.
You think it's so just buck dependent? Cycles.
And doe.
Doe dependent.
Right.
Yeah. When they're born.
Right. Same stuff.
I don't know, and maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I am, but you know, you do the 1-to-1 because you hear a lot of these guys that, oh, you got more bucks that might show up and this and that. Well, I really don't want my bucks to leave.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you give them everything they want. You know, food, water, ladies. They're not leaving.
Right.
And no pressure.
Sounds like the
Of
whitetail
course,
bar.
They're going to, right? Like, I mean, like, naturally they're going to drift and they're going to do their thing, but that home base, you know.
Yep.
But like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just kind of the way I'm looking at it.
That's always been our dad's mentality.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about it, right? More the merrier.
Would you rather have them living here or on your neighbors and coming here?
That's just it. You know, and I get, you know, maybe the neighbors, he's got a great buck too that we don't know about, and he could come over this way, but I don't want to take that bet.
Right.
You want them here the whole year. Yep. I feel that too. You heard about like the whole when it does with like a nubbin buck or whatever, you shoot that doe and the nubbin buck will stay around for the rest of its life or whatever.
Think you believe that?
I don't know.
How can somebody like without, you know,
Is there
like
actual
track
science on it?
right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No research, no.
Like you have to like put a tag in that nubbin buck's ear. You know what I mean?
You'd have to,
You have to
watch
like
movement and study.
right.
I've heard it from a couple people, and it's like, I don't know. I guess you got to try it and tag it and see if it works.
It's kind of like that once a spike, always a spike stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point.
I think that just goes good with their head because they just like shooting does. You know, like oh, he's got a buck fawn with her. You know?
It's funny you say that. Once a spike, always a spike. Johnny Walker back in the day, he used to feed him this like mineral, the rock mineral, the trophy rocks or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, when I was over in Minnesota, I'd be putting that out. First year, they're spike. Second year, they're come out 8-pointer. Third year, 10-pointer. No shit, Johnny, they're 3.5 years. They're going to get a little bigger.
I had one guy, I just watched it, the guy that owns Lucky Buck.
Oh yeah.
On I think it was on TikTok or whatever. He's talking about he was 2 years on Lucky Buck and he turned into 180.
Oh yeah, the world record 8-pointer or
Yeah.
whatever. I saw that. Yeah.
Like, really, bro?
2 years on Lucky Buck.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. I don't think you could pump him enough of that. You can even give him steroids.
Yeah.
Hell of a sales pitch, though.
Right. That's all it is. It's a great sales
Oh, yeah.
pitch for him. Right.
Get that $1 and you got advertising for life right
Oh,
there.
shit.
That shit does smell good. I'll tell you that though.
Yeah.
So good you fucking put your finger in and try a little bit of it yourself.
Oh, shoot.
That's one thing I wish Wisconsin would still let us do is just put out mineral for the off season, like mineral or
They
feed
structured
or
it
whatever.
like Iowa.
Yeah.
It'd be way
Yeah.
better.
Right.
Yeah,
Not during the season.
you just got to pull it before the season.
Right.
But then once you do that, people are not pulling it, putting it right 15 yards from their stand, still hunting over it.
It's
There's
so
still people doing that, you know?
Oh yeah,
like
big time.
crazy,
You see
right?
pictures on Rut Report all the time. There's just a huge hole mineral
Yeah.
right there.
Pile of corn, you
Yeah.
know?
they always show their buck and then
Yep.
trail camera pictures. Like,
Yeah,
what are you
here's him
doing?
the last 4 years at the same hole.
Yeah. Like
Unreal.
shit, the DNR, I would think, would be all over that.
Yeah,
Right. And it's like we do a lot of scouting, and this is just from what I've observed, and even when we're driving around, and like last summer when we were out looking at wheelchair, you got all these you got all these bachelor bucks out together, and constantly they're always licking each other.
exactly.
They're licking, and that's just nature, licking each other, rubbing up, this and that, and why does Iowa not, take it to the extreme that we do, but they have EHD, which is 10 times worse than what, CWD will ever be, in my opinion,
Oh, 100%.
And it's kind of one of those things. It just seems like it's just a low-hanging fruit for them to pick on or this and that. And
Right.
and I get it, I do and whatnot, but you just look at the nature, nurture side of things. Deer are going to be deer, and
They're gonna
yeah.
lick on the same licking branch.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
lick out of the same water hole.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody and their neighbors got a water hole.
Josh Bomar said it best. Our DNR is just a scam.
Bar for bar. Yeah, we should talk about the Iowa show.
Yeah.
Boys went to the Iowa Deer Classic for the first time.
We were there.
Yep.
We were there.
Yeah.
We were there all day.
No, I would
Stayed
say
all
it was
awesome.
a great time. It's kind of neat to see these guys on YouTube and then finally go up and talk to them, and
They're just normal dudes.
just like us,
literally, like, you walk in. I thought there would be, like, in my head, I'm just thinking, oh, Christ, Bomar's there. There's going to be a line out the door. It wasn't even that bad. There's, like, a few guys in front of us.
Yep.
Like, oh, shit, jump in line, say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of like talk to these guys, and they're just kind of like us, sociable, and they're on a different scale, obviously, than us, but same passion. Just talking about everything. It's like you relate to them, and they're just got
Right.
just
Like, Chris B was just,
yeah,
oh, what's up?
yep.
Literally just walks right in, and you're like, hey, that's Chris B. And we're like, what's up, Chris?
Yeah, He's like, what's up, guys? Just awesome time.
Yep. I heard those drinks were a little expensive though too.
Yeah, Brody. What did that cost first round?
$85.
Yeah, he only did it 2. I got like 4 or 5 round charges on mine.
Better you than me.
Oh, my God.
I picked up supper though.
He picked up something. Oh, it was really good. Like,
It was, yeah.
the bucks there, like, obviously it's just, there's a lot of big shit because it's the Deer Classic, I mean, but you'd walk somewhere and there'd be a 180 and you wouldn't even bat an eye at it because there is 220, 220, 220.
And it's all bucks from last year they were
260.
scoring.
Yeah, literally, like,
unreal.
everything's like 2024 or 2023. They're right
Right.
there the last 2 years.
Yep.
Yep.
This is like the youth section. There's like 3 of them in the 200s. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Little girl's like, Dad, take my picture. Must have been her mountain. It's got a 14-inch drop tine hanging off.
Holy.
Who are these people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, God damn.
Yeah.
Whatever. There's
think-
some things with some really big frames too, like
Oh,
like
man.
8 points that just got mega frames. Like,
Yeah, we were talking about big old bucks on Saturday too, and was it Wes's brother or something shot one with 31-inch main beam?
His brother-in-law did.
Unreal.
I can't even remember the year on that. 2016? 17?
there's 16, 17, yeah.
That's the longest one I've
like
ever heard of.
Wow.
The short beam was 29.
Yeah, short beam was 29.
Short bitch.
Like the pit, like
Damn.
with the on that picture, makes it look so small. Like when we showed up, remember that Brody brings it out. We're like, holy shit!
Forearm.
The thing, and it starts off like skinny, and it just went like thick and
Jesus.
wraps up.
Yeah, big
Then-
and swooping.
And you found the picture of him like the year before or something?
2 years before he
2
killed
years
it.
before? Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even know what it was. They didn't even know what they had.
You guys got a world record beam right here.
It had so many tines broke off too.
Damn.
It still
It's
went.
still at 175 or something.
Yeah,
With like I'd say 15 inches broken off, easy 15 broken off.
it's probably the
Like,
short. They're
right.
Yeah,
minimum.
lots of stuff broke on it.
Jeez.
And they're just they had no idea. They was like, nah.
Yeah, he's a nice buck.
Yeah.
No
It's one of those bucks that had. You know, there's a difference between like a 200-inch frame versus
Oh, yeah.
a 170. That thing had a
He had
200-inch frame, but only went 170.
Yeah.
Right. He's
that's
got
crazy.
it like hanging above like it's like on above like the fireplace, don't he? It literally looks like the general hanging up there.
Yeah.
No, seriously, like the beam stuff, like the same kind of concept.
Yeah. You guys should talk about the general sheds and what else you find?
Matt Beard.
Yeah, Matt Beard and
his name, right? Matt Beard.
Matt Beard.
yeah, and then there's the Milo Hansen buck. You got to hold those sheds
Yeah.
too, was it?
What are
Yeah,
the
they had that
chances
at
of
the-
that?
Yeah. Jeez.
You know, you never would have thought, Shane's just kind of like, here, hold this. Kind of looking at like,
Oh, nice.
you believe it? You know?
What is
Yeah.
this buck?
I-
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Lots
standing
of
there.
big sheds those guys have.
Oh,
Beautiful collection, though. I
oh
mean,
God.
just, yeah.
Yeah, we asked Shane, like, how in the hell do you even get something like, like that Milo Hansen buck? Well, put it this way, boys. I never thought it'd be in the States. We're like, all right.
You want it back?
Yeah. We're not supposed to touch it or what? Everything he'd handed you, I'm like, do you care if I touch it? He's like, yeah,
Grab it.
grab it. They're standing there talking or whatever, and one lady just happened to walk in with that general shed, then they all started freaking out. Oh, boys, I got goosebumps. Oh, no, that's not good.
Like the chances of us standing there, though.
Right, that was just
you know.
dumb.
At the
look.
same time,
First
yeah.
place,
Yeah.
first spot we stopped at.
Yep.
Pretty
Right.
much,
Yeah, let's go see
Jeez.
him,
It's funny.
sure, I
We're
can see it.
like Shane. What the hell's going on? We're hanging on to like probably one of the second most
Hansens.
Milo Hansens. We got it in our hand. Like, you better tell us what's going on. We're not giving it back.
How much this thing worth? Be
Yeah.
honest.
Right.
I can sprint pretty fast.
Hey, you better hope you got the button to lock the doors. No, but remember that one shed that he had sitting there, and he said that's the tallest antler in the world. It was like a buck off Illinois, like just tall wise from like the top of his head to the top of the tallest
Yeah.
tine. Great big 5-point side. Like
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
no,
Just
it had
tall?
like straight up. It's like 16-inch G2.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he picked up one shed. It's that one that looked like that rib cage.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It had like I would have a G7
7
or
on
8
it.
on it.
G7.
Holy
The
crap.
7 was like that long.
And the other side didn't match up.
yeah,
very
the other
good.
side was like
He's kinked.
4-point,
Right.
whatever.
Wow.
And that one side was like
I go,
100
how
inches.
long? Whatever. How long are some of those? They look long. They're not that long. 15, 16.
Not that long. What have you seen
That's
in
it,
your
huh?
Beam's like 32.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, whatever.
Jeez. Yeah, he's seen a couple big shots in his day.
Oh, yeah.
He's got them.
Yeah,
He's got them all. He bought them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew when that shed come in. He said, "Please tell me that's not from Nebraska."
He's from Nebraska.
He knew,
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but no, I mean, all
was
in all, the
great
show
time.
was
Go again.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
We need a booth down there.
That's the key.
Weiss
That's
Realty
the
booth.
key. You gotta sit down for a little
Not
bit.
even if we'll just get like,
Right here.
can we just make a booth? Yeah.
Tine Talk.
Yep. Time
Sponsor
talk
us
booth.
for a trip down to Iowa and a booth next year.
Yep.
I'll link the GoFundMe in the description.
Shit. We'll
That
do
would
a
be fun.
we'll do a giveaway hunt at Golden.
Oh,
Highest
No, we
bidder
won't.
wins. For Mooney.
no, we won't. Yeah, you got a 5-6 call bucks. You got to
All right.
let go.
Do it for Mooney.
Yep.
What's your guys' opinion on the word call bucks or the phrase?
They better be old.
Yeah,
if they
you
want to
gotta see
call,
what they're
call
gonna
buck.
Better
do.
be old.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of guys you see is 2-3-year-olds. They show you a picture. That's call bucks. He's
It's a
got
half rack.
one brow tine.
Yeah.
He hasn't even had a chance to see what he's gonna do.
Full
yet.
potential or nothing.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
That's tough.
Remember that one year we tried? Well, when we're young, it's probably a 2-year-old. Called him Elkie or whatever. Called buck because it laid straight back. Ugly looking thing. I think Brody ended up missing it even. Did you end up missing it?
Yep.
Next year grew double drop tines, 6-inch drop tines. Then I killed it. Still a shitty looking 8-point. Yeah, it's sitting right there.
Well, double drops.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
drops. So
there's
yeah,
some-
the call buck phrase, it better be like 5.
Yeah.
Minimum.
At least.
Right.
Well, that's the way I.
That shit.
I mean, I could see a 4-year-old. If a 4-year-old's 115 inches, then you could tell he's never going to be whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. But still, like, what's one more year going to hurt him? Just let him get
Exactly.
let him get to 5. Yeah, shit, he might make 140. Might be his biggest jump.
Yep. And at the same time, too, why would you kill, like, well, some people are like, well, yeah, he's an 8-pointer. He's been an 8-pointer his whole life. He's 3.5 years old.
Oh, yeah, he's only been around
Yeah.
2
Right.
years as an 8-pointer.
Yeah.
Right. Framey 8, that one up there, big 8-pointer. He was been an 8-pointer his whole life. Same thing. The neighbors were trying to kill him. 160-inch 8-pointer the year before, and then year I killed him, he put on little G4s and flyers off his twos. 178. Damn.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Just goes
Once
to
a
show ya.
spike, always a spike. False. Once an 8, always an 8. False. Shoot the doe and the buck fawn's going to stay. Bullshit.
We're debunking myths here. Got anything else? Put it in the comments. We'll debunk it next episode.
No, I don't know.
It's fun to just look around and look at all the characteristics and stuff like that too. Like, did you notice at all in Iowa how like different their characteristics are? Like, they're more
A lot
like
of non-typical.
pronounced.
Yeah.
It feels like a lot of
There's-
gnarly.
Well, there's a lot of like they got like the big like 10-point frame, but they got junk to go with it.
Yeah,
They got
everywhere.
like shit to match,
Just random flyers
off
and
the
brows,
stiff coming out.
bases.
Flyers.
Yeah.
right? Like we just got like a lot of the clean. They just hit like
Yeah.
the 10. They might have a little sticker here or there, but down
The
there it's
stickers
just
on the
like
brows are like a staple for around like Buffalo County area.
shit. Right.
They get like a couple stickers here and there and maybe a split every once in a while, but there's never like a huge like characteristic, I guess.
Right.
Maybe a flyer here or there, but
You see it like at different farms. Like here, like the split brow jeans way heavy. You
Yep.
go down to Golden or whatever, the split G2 is pretty heavy down there.
yep.
That you hardly ever see here. If you see a split G2 here, you're like, oh God.
Preserve that thing.
Yeah. Let them go. But
Yeah. It's just funny to see what they can do from year to year like that too.
right, we should all just pack all our shit up. Should just go buy like Bill Winky's old farm,
Man,
1,000 acres.
I've seen that thing's come back for sale a couple different times. I think someone bought it, then it went back for sale.
I seen someone was trying to tell me a Bomar bought it.
Really?
Well,
I'm
know
like, I don't know if
He's got farms like spread out all over Iowa, like all over the southern half.
remember him talking like on a podcast. He'd rather have like
Yep.
farms all over, so he's
Yeah.
hunting different herds,
Yep.
gives him a better chance.
Just like Mark Drury too, because he had one like huge farm, but then EHD came around and it wiped out his whole herd.
Right.
Like, I gotta combat this somehow.
Right.
Buys different like 80s, 120s, just stuff like that too. I mean, it's smart too.
Right.
Don't want to be hunting one buck the whole year.
Yeah.
That you hope made it through from EHD.
Well, I'd hope those guys that own a couple thousand acres in one chunk would be hunting more than 1 or 2 bucks.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Shit, it seems like we can hunt 1 or 2 bucks on 200.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I always like watching Lukoski's videos right now when they're picking sheds up.
Yeah.
Picking sheds that they don't film all year. Show you. You know?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, I know this buck. He's going to be 8 this year. It's like, damn.
And like some of them, like he's like, oh yeah, that's a good one. And it just looks like this great
Yeah.
big 5-point side. It's like, all right, just casual.
He's a different breed too. I would love to sit down and talk whitetails with him because everything I've heard from him is just infatuated with it. Like he'll sit down and talk your ear off the whole night.
Yeah, you probably won't even be able to get a word in.
No.
I'd be all right with it, though.
Yeah, no
Let him
shit.
talk.
Probably learn a lot. Yeah.
You used to hunt in Buffalo County, did he?
Yeah.
Down
Over
by
on
Tell or
Ted
something.
Marham's farm too.
Really?
Yeah. I was just looking back at that old footage. He shot like a 167 or something like that.
Tall racked looking one. Running right in.
Yeah. Then it ran off and came back around and like hit a tree and fell over and died.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep. I think that's on like Monster Bucks 2 or something like that.
Monster Bucks. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's fun to go back in the archives and watch all those type videos too. That's what's fun about filming too. You can go back and watch your hunt from this year for how many years in a row now.
Right.
I had a buddy. Well, I have my buddy Damon. He films with us too. His little brother sent me a video of like my buck. He's like, I don't know how many times I've watched this video. I just showed my girlfriend's parents. I was like, that's fucking awesome. Little shit like that.
I like it when we get together and like even that shed thing, you know, we took that group picture at the end. It's,
Yep.
like, it's gonna last forever.
Oh yeah, they're gonna hang that up in the bar.
Oh, they better.
They better fucking
Yeah, they should.
Pretty much bought a wall that night.
Oh, God.
We got some big turkey hunting plans coming up though. Hopefully, get her done in Wisconsin. Maybe go over to Minnesota.
How many
kill a
tags
bird
everybody
too.
got?
So I drew first for Wisconsin and then zone 4. And then I got my Minnesota 2nd week. And then tomorrow I'm going to try to pick up a leftover for zone 3. Should be down in Jackson.
Turkey tour.
Turkey tour 25.
Turkey tour. Here
We're
we
going to
go.
be so deep into public, we're going to wonder whose property we're on.
Whose property we own.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm excited. I heard the first gobble of the year Sunday walking around shed hunting.
Really?
I was like, all right, here we go.
You scooped up a couple tags?
I've got 3. Yep. So 2nd season, zone 4, Wisconsin. 3rd season, Minnesota. And then a 4th season, zone 1.
Nice.
Yep.
Now we go.
Yep. Each farm. I got one for each farm.
Yep.
Really?
There you go.
Luck of the draw.
I got one so far.
I only got one. I'll shoot one and I'll go film. It's just fun to go film and shit too.
Get me a camera.
Give me a camera, man. I'm locked in on the bird. Me and Brody will get 2 angles out going.
Oh, God. It's funny because when we went last year, you know, our older cousin's like trying to tell us like he's like Lee Lakoski of turkey hunting, you know? And I'm like, shut the hell up, you know? I give him a lot of shit. I'm like, shut the hell up. Yeah, right. You don't even know what you're talking about. And he's like, you guys just can't go run through the woods and just sit down and expect to see a turkey. I'm like, okay,
Like,
watch me.
Brody, get the gun.
So us and his little boy.
We take his little boy with us. We do exactly that.
We do exactly that. We walk around. We peek down in all these, you know, you get up on top of them hills up there. It's so nice on this farm because you just get up in the woods, you know, and trip down in this valley.
Yep.
Nothing. Walk over there. Nothing. Go over. Oh, gobble. All right. Get down there. We did the exact same thing. Called him right up. I'm literally sitting in front of a maple tree about the size of my wrist. Just sitting there with the camera, just laughing my ass off. Brody's just over there squeaking, just acting like total idiots. Call 4 times right in.
That was pretty funny.
And then, yeah, her cousin comes back. How the hell you got that? Just doesn't happen. I'm like,
Just did.
that's first time I've been turkey hunting, bud.
Dustin Nelson in high school had a streak. I think it was like 8 times in a row he went out and called the turkey within like 15, 20 yards or whatever.
Really?
I think there was like 4 or 5 kills. The rest were misses or flops or whatever. But that's pretty impressive right there.
I think we're going to try to carry the bows a little bit this year.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
ground swatting mine. I'm not sitting in a blind either. I ain't doing that. I ain't gonna.
Go out there and put a
Yeah.
little here and there together.
Shit, I might just sit down right in front of a little maple tree.
Yep.
Got 80 pounds in there.
Just swat that head right off.
I don't know if I could hit him in the head.
First one I ever shot was with a bow because I didn't have a shotgun.
Really?
We're sitting in there, this little teepee blind, me and Colton Berg. All of a sudden, one comes in. I'm like, well, here we go. Thwack. Ran like 20 yards. I'm like, where'd he go? Thought he like jumped over the fence or something. No, he's laying right there. Alfalfa was growing up already. You couldn't even see him.
I think that'll be kind of fun. We'll piss around with it for a little bit.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Brody and I got a couple new cameras.
Yeah.
Be
Got it.
running them.
Got to get that set up. Do you have like an app on your phone you can plug it into too? Yeah?
Yep.
Get it set up right by the decoy or something and let her buck.
I mean, we can make some funny stuff. If I
Oh,
get my
yeah.
Willy Wobbler
That's
mask
the
out and
plan.
stuff.
You ain't
Oh,
leaving the
boy.
woods without the woolly wobbler, huh?
Oh, man. Somebody just get me to stay with the someone have the camera and be right by me.
Stay with me now.
Yeah. Might be Waddell Jr. That's one guy
funny.
we should try to get to come hunt. See if he's ever shot a Wisconsin bird.
Oh, yeah. I would love to hear him call.
Oh, man.
He's got to be insane.
Apparently he can sing like a son of a bitch, too.
Really.
Yep.
Just a jack of all trades.
Guy's got her going on.
Legend.
Legend.
Guy's got her.
Facts. Well, boys, that about wrap her up for this episode here. Episode 21. Appreciate you hopping on again. We're going to get on with the night, maybe have a couple casuals, but we'll be on here probably soon enough and talk about some turkey hunts.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
All righty.